Hi ladies, it's Tammy from dreamcreateandshare.blogspot.com, and I'm going to try and create a Christmas mini here for you to see how easy it is to create a fast mini. I have cut out some elements ahead of time. I bought the Christmas paper today. I bought it. It's 25 Days of Christmas, and it's by Simple Stories, and it comes with paper that's already cut. Well, it's not cut. That are ready to be cut into particular sizes. So there's several elements that are 4 by 6, and that's going to be the page size for my album. I've made the cover 5 by 7 at a black chipboard, and I've just pre-cut those out. I haven't done any other prep to them. I've just cut them out. The kit comes with some transparencies, and I did make an envelope pocket style page, but I am going to show you, I'm going to put 2 in the book, and I've made one that's already together, but I will make another one to show you how it's done. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm just going to move some of this stuff aside. These kits that come with all these items already in them are wonderful for doing projects like this, because you just simply have to cut them out and put them together. Now, I like to distress all the edges of my project, so I am going to do that. It will take a little more time, but I really like doing that with my projects. Now, this was not an element that this is just from the designer paper, this piece right here, and this measures 4 by 5 inches. The 4 inches is going this way, and the 5 is how high it is. This is a 1 inch by 5 inch piece of black chipboard that I've cut out, and I'm just going to center this onto there using whatever adhesive you would like. I'm going to use my ATG pen because it is quick. Alright, so I'm going to just eyeball it. I don't have any markings on my paper, so if it's off a little bit, that's alright. So this is going to be the inside of my cover. Then I'm just going to crease it along the edges just so it works a little, because it is going to be a bending part of the book, and I just don't want it to tear very easily. The next thing I'm going to do is I have some of the Tim Holtz binder rings. This is the smaller one. If you were going to use a larger one, I would just make this part bigger, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches, depending on how many pages you want in your book. So the next thing I'm going to do is just put it on here and center it. I think I'll do it on the back, so I'm just going to mark where my holes are going to go. I'm going to use my white gel pen for that, because I've got black chipboard and I want to be able to see it. And again, I'm just eyeballing it. You could take the time to measure it all out and be very exact, but I'm not going to do that. I tend rarely to do that. I'm using the smaller hole on my crocodile, and I'm just going to punch those holes out. Now, the binder rings come with brads, so you're just going to attach this now with your brads. Just like that. And then the other side. There we go. Alright, so that is my inside of the spine. Okay, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my other 4 by 5 inch piece. I'm going to use this as my outside, so I'm going to sponge that first, distress it. And you can use whatever color ink you like for distressing. I am using, for this project, Early Espresso from Stampin' Up, but I'm thinking this ink pad isn't as wet as this one, so I'm going to try the other one, because it doesn't seem to have 2. When I do classes, I like to have more than one ink pad of the same color, so I can have one on each end of the table. Oh, this one is working much better. Alright, so I've just distressed my edges. And then this was a border that came in the paper kit, and it was not cut out. I did cut around the scallop, so I did prep that. I'm just distressing the scalloped edge. I'm not going to distress the other edge because it is going to be underneath. So then I'm going to add some, let's take some Tombow multi-purpose, but you could use glossy accents or whatever you want it for your adhesive. And I'm just going to run a thin strip along one of the 5-inch length edges, and then I'm going to adhere onto this strip. So I'll get it right where I want it. I like Tombow because although it dries pretty quick, you do have a little time to reposition. And then I'm just going to snip that so that it is the same length. So there we go. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. So I'm going to add a little Tombow, just a thin strip along the edge, and then adhere my paper. I could have took the time to match up my scallops on either side, but again, I want to show you that you can do this quickly. You can take the time to get all these measurements just so and in the perfect spot and everything, and that there's nothing wrong with that, but I want to do this project quick, and I am looking for a red light. So I've got glue on my surface here, and I don't want to damage any of my project. Alright, so there we go. We now have this piece. Now we need to attach it to the cover pieces. Now I think how I'm going to do this is I'm going to attach this part next, and I think that will make it easier to line up my other piece. So I'm going to do that. This is the inside. So I am not putting it right snug up against. I am leaving about 1/8 of an inch space so that this moves. Of course the phone would ring now. And I don't have a way to turn that ringer off. I have to ring. Sorry about that, folks. And then I'm going to attach the other side, again leaving about 1/8 of an inch. So there is what that looks like so far. Now I'm going to attach this piece to the outside like this. And I'm just going to set this up here and hope, well, I might knock my computer, so I better not. So now I'm going to apply lots of sticky adhesive along here, along the edges. You can use whatever you want for adhesive, red line, sticky tape, glossy accents, whatever your heart desires for this. Now, I'm just going to eyeball again. And then I'm going to work this cover because I want it to be able to open and close. I'm just working those folds, creasing. I don't like how this one edge went. I'm not pleased with how that one edge went. But it's okay because it's going to work like this. So I think it's going to be okay. But think I should have planned it a little better. But again, I'm doing this by the seat of my pants project. So anyway, there is my binding so far. Now, I'm going to round the corners on my outside edges, and I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile Corner Chomper. And I'm using the 1/2 inch side, which is the bigger round corner. Alright, so there we have this so far. Looks pretty cute so far. And you could, run your bone folder here, but don't press too hard or you are going to end up with a hole in your binding. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do, now I know I had one for the cover, but what did I do with that? Did I misplace that piece? Okay, nope, here it is. This one is one of the cutouts that came with the kit. I'm just going to use that on my cover, and I think I will mat it with some red. I Distress ink my edges. Now, you could get fancier with this. You could punch a hole in each corner, put a little brad in. I think I have some gems here. I think I'll just glue some gems on the corner. And I'm just going to use some gems that need glue dots on the back. And put one in each corner. There we go, just like that. That's a little bling. And I think at the end I will take my glossy accents and go over the ampersand, but right now I'm not going to do that. And you know what, I am not going to do the matte, the red matte, but I am going to pop this up with some dimensionals. And I like the Stampin' Up! Ones, but there's many kinds out there that are really great to work with. Alright, so then I'm just going to kind of center that on there the best I can. And there is the cover. Now look, I mean, how long did this take? I don't know, it's not showing me how long this has taken so far, but this is a couple minutes, and we've got the cover done. So then we're just going to put our pages in, and like I said, there are some, they're already this size. You just got to cut them out. There's like 6 different ones on a piece of 12 by 12 paper. They're double-sided, and I'm going to round my 2 corners that go to the outside edge, again using the corner chomper and the 1/2 inch round. I'm going to ink my edges. This is optional. You don't have to do this. In fact, not doing it does save time, so it would make it even faster, but I like to ink my edges. And then I've made a guide for where to put my holes. So I'm just going to lay that over the edge and take my hole punch and punch my holes. Oops. Moved it. Let's see if I put them in the right spot. You just open it up and just put them in. Simple as that. Now my next page, the kit, comes with 6 acetate pages. Can you believe it? And I'm corner rounding those as well. Now this one, let's see if I can put something back here so you can see it. This one says Be Merry, and then it's got some holly and berries along the edge. So I'm just going to hole punch that. I'm going to use my first one as my guide. And I'm just going to re-punch the holes. Once I can see through where the hole is. There we go, that one worked well. I don't know if it bothers anybody else, but my holes always get stuck in the end of the, what is it called? Crocodile? Anyway, and it's I find it very annoying. I don't know if anybody else does. Alright, so we've got 2 pages in our book already. Now, my next page is where I've made the envelope, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, what I have is a 5 by 12 inch piece of paper. I am using my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and I am going to score it first halfway at 6 inches. Then I'm going to take it portrait ways, and I'm going to score on one side at 1/2 inch, rotate it 180 degrees, score on the other side at 1/2 inch, and you can put the board away. The next thing I'm going to do is on one end where the score line is, I'm going to just do a little miter cut, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here towards the middle line, a little miter cut. And then the next, on the opposite side, I'm going to cut those 2 1/2 inch long sections away, right up to the center line. And that will cut it away like that. And this is going to make a pocket. So we'll have 2 pockets. So then I'm just going to fold all my score lines and apply adhesive. I could use my tape runner. It is 1/2 inch. But I'm going to use 1/4 inch sticky tape, what's it called? Score tape. And just put some on either edge. Pull it off. Okay. The back end, okay. And then just fold my edge over. Whoops, I forgot to do something. Hold on. Which edge do I want to? I forgot to. I'm taking my Stampin' Up! Label punch, and I'm just putting it in so that I have the first little thing there, and then I'm punching that again. So I've got this little cut there. Then we're going to close the envelope up, or the pocket up. And there we go. There's our pocket. Simple as that. So maybe I'll put a tag or photo mat or something in there. So then I'm going to punch my holes again using my guide. The lighting down here in my craft room tonight is not very good. But I'm still able to get this done. Alright, so there we go. Now the pocket goes in. Actually, I'm going to use that for the hole punch for the next couple things. Let me punch them all at once, the remaining ones here. That will save you a little time. then we're putting the next pocket in. So we've got a page, an acetate page, and then a pocket. Then we've got another page. This is cute. It says, "The stockings were hung by the chimney with care," and it's got 3 little stockings there, right here. And then this is the back. They're very cute pages. Like, they make it very easy to create an album. And then we're going to go with the acetate, and this is the next. Oh, I forgot to count around my corners. Oops, oops, oops. I have to take them back in. Using the 1/2 inch, round all the outside corners. Make sure you get your outside corners are the ones that you're rounding. I mean, you can do the inside ones if you want to. That's not my plan. So then page acetate, then another pocket envelope. Got that one a little snug. It must be offline because it was hard to see. Alright, so there's my pages in my album. I have 7 pages in this album. Well, 5 pages and 2 pockets. These were some smaller cuts from the paper. They're just plain on the back. I'm going to round the corners and put these on my pockets pages to dress them up a little. Okay. Oh, I forgot to distress all my pages. Anyway, you know, you can go ink all those pages. I'm going to go back and do that later because they are easy to come out. But these will not be easy to do once I put them out. So. Now, I always like to make my page embellishments so you can tuck things in behind. So I'm only going to apply adhesive to the left and bottom edges of these. So that would be here and here. So when I put it on, I can still tuck something in here. You could use whatever you want for the adhesive. I do recommend something that's going to stay on your page, especially if you are going to be tucking things in behind there, because you don't want that coming off your project. Alright, so then I am just going to it's kind of more to the left, but to the center. That's where I'm putting it. Like that. And so I could stick something else in behind there, like that. Alright, so then we're going over to the next page. I'm going to print my edges. I can't remember if I already used this one. It kind of looks like I did. But anyway. See, I'm not measuring again, I'm just kind of eyeballing how long to make the tape. And if it's too long, then I'll cut it off. Like this one went over the edge just a little. So I'm just going to trim it. Pull off the backing. Again, it's just on the left side and the bottom. So when I flip it over and put it on, I've got a pocket in behind there. Alright. Now, how quick was that? Now, you could give this just like this. You wouldn't have to put any further embellishments on this book. And you've got, by the time they add their pictures and everything, you've got a great little project. You can come up with a bind closure for it of some kind. But how quick was that? All from a paper kit that already came with everything, cut to perfect sizes. And now this paper comes with stickers, a very nice assortment of stickers. I would like to make them into dimensional things that I could pop up on my pages. That would take some more time, so I'm actually not going to do that right now. But that is something you can do to your pages. You can pop things up. You can add glossy accents or stickles, distress stickles to highlight things. Stampin' Up! Actually has a stocking punch. I'm not sure how it would fit over that. Let me get it and see how it would fit on top. And then you could pop up the stockings that these would fit over. Let's just have a see. This paper here from my scrap pile. Now this is a Stampin' Up! Stocking. Oh, look at that. You could put the Stampin' Up! Stocking right over those and make them dimensional so they're up off the page. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll make 3 different stockings out of coordinating paper and just pop them up on there. So there's fun little things that you can do to pages. You could add some flowers. Just look at this. If I take some I Am Roses petals, and I believe I had a brad here somewhere to do. So I've got a little bling brad, I Am Roses curly petal, and an I Am Roses. I'm not sure what kind of petal that is. Can't remember off the top of my head. Right? And then you put your brad in there. And some I Am Roses leaves. And you cut the stem off. So you could glue them in there wherever you like. And I mean, they dress up the pages. They go really well. You can put them on the cover. Right? Really simple, really fast. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.